Hello. So I thought I will capture a thought in the raw while it's all still fresh before. Well, just to give you a context, I'm like these raw videos, so to speak, is from it's like on the move. You're always on the job. Yeah, it's like Earth. Earth is always on a 24/7 job of being Earth. Yeah, and doing Earth things. Yeah, so me doing me things. So 24/7. Yeah. So this is a work in progress. It just keeps happening. So I thought I'll capture this idea. So I have been on this work of developing original human intelligence, back and forth retrospection for about 45 years. I told my brother, yeah, I've been on this research in 45 years, and he says, nobody claims that. Nobody starts going into research from the day they are born. Yeah, because I'm 45 years old. And then I said, I began the inquiry a few years back, but then the material for the content is from retrospecting and reflecting from life as lived over 45 years and also before. But that you can't give it a number. So they say past life regressions and yeah. So thought lines along those ways of thinking. So then you can't quite give it a number. So over lifetimes, this is lifetimes of work. Yeah. Um, and so consequently, I'm not perfectly dressed and all hair all made and no, because that would seem quite out of place. Yeah. Um, maybe at least in this setup. So while things are work in progress and we keep getting better, I have come to having this space, being in this space, and then talking my work. Yeah. So um, I think it is Mr. Shakespeare who said, we're all actors on stage. Yeah. And life is this grand stage, and we're all actors on it. So I'm playing my role in this stage setup, in this stage of my life. And then this is like backstage and front stage. Yeah. So, so through this medium of the internet, I'm talking to people sitting in their own places. Yeah. So they can improve their own script, their own dialogues, and stories, and then we're all in our own um, stage. Yeah. So I will get to see what's developing in your place through the different media available. So it's work in progress. So if we don't be limited by being all perfect and then that we are all perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect, a lot of work gets done. Yeah, a lot of the how we need to be and how things should be said over time gets improved. That's there. But then it's not false, it's not fake. And then of course there is this moments of applying makeup and then do the hair and then you know um, coordinated clothes and yeah. So that's also there. But maybe this is not that moment. Yeah. So I'm just making it easy for us to be at least. Yeah. I have those who know me would know, okay, she's like this, she's doing her thing. Yeah, those who don't know me is like, okay, there's a person like this. This is how she is. So yeah. So I'm taking the comfort in anonymity. Yeah. Kind of those who mind, um, I can't say never mind. Yeah. Because we're all family. We're all on the same planet of Earth. Yeah. And those who don't mind, yeah. Okay, I've gotten that bit a little off. So it's we have both. Yeah. So both sides of the equation is equally important. So pros and cons. I say both is important. Okay. So I thought I'll show a little bit of what's developing. So I kind of got the Shri Chakra a little bit more drawn. Um, and then I found there are errors in how it's been made. So that is when the Shri Chakra is transposed on my conscience, like with all the lines and circles, and according to how the video from where I'm referencing how to draw this, um, they probably that person or probably a lot of people don't have the perspective of these 36 circles from where to then start drawing. So then what happens is the connections, where the lines start and how they form, they are not so much mathematically precise. In the sense, the circles and lines and uh, different measurements across a Shri Chakra need to coordinate, which is when I've been saying I'm kind of drawing the, destiny's wheel or the wheel of fortune. And they say the karma wheel, yeah, where time and space is related. So when we get that right, then accounts balance, yeah, karma balance. And so we have a look of what we are doing. Our conscience becomes more clear and precise. So then we can work from a conscientious approach to life. So more truth-based. And it takes something to walk the path of truth, but it saves a lot of money, effort, resources, and lifetimes. Yeah. Lifetimes worth of work and how the different parts of just about all that there is related, all comes together. And that's where this is again a raw idea. The idea of Earth being like a morula in the development of a baby. Yeah. There is a ball like structure, fertilized egg. Yeah. And then like a ball, different stages of development. I was looking at the map. Yeah. Map here. And there's this word called continents. Yeah. There's this word called countries. Yeah. There's this word called human. Yeah, human being. And we have WHO assistive diseases, which means it's like a future tense. If you consider that life is superbly ingenious, yeah, and that we have such a big space of the universe and only one planet of Earth having life. After many trials, yeah, it's like parents trying to conceive, yeah, and we have Earth as baby, yeah, or other fertilized egg, the Morula stage, yeah, where people as humans have evolved over time to be walking on Earth. And we also developed a different microscope, a telescope, our different instruments and internet. And so we have the idea of India took float. You have the Garden of Eden. So we have these different ideas. We also have the idea of continent and country and human and yeah. So all of these ideas are there. So I'm thinking the idea of human is like a future tense. Because WHO list of diseases is talking about how the human body itself may not have been studied the way it needs to be. And we are all called humans. Yeah. We are not regarded as apes, but we have arrived at, okay, Homo sapiens, humans. Yeah. Um, and then further classification may or may not be there, but then we are, the Homo sapiens species is said to have more survived or pass the test of time, more a stable model kind. Yeah. Like Earth, a more stable model. Yeah. From parents trying to mother universe, father universe trying to conceive. Yeah. And then conceived Earth. Okay. And then similarly, we have human Homo sapiens who are now calling ourselves humans, but it's more like the future tense. It's more like Merlin's principle. Yeah. Where we are working towards, it's not like working from the future, but we are just walking in faith. Yeah. Or more like we have this idea of a human and we are working on, oh, we are humans and then doing our things and that. So life has played the Merlin's principle. Yeah. So given us the idea of human, and we are all human, and you're functioning as human. We're having, we're having a human economy and all these thought lines, and we have WHO-assisted diseases. Yeah. So maybe with the idea that at some point we will all, it's like this story of Olaf in Frozen, the movie Frozen, where he says, we're all nice frozen, the Olaf is this nice little snowman, and then likes warm and sunny, sunshine and warm hugs, and he conveniently disregards the idea that he's a snowman, and when the sunlight is falling, he could melt, yeah, and that would not be so good. So there's a song, Olaf's song, where he sees a puddle and uh, not a puddle, yeah, and he skips it across it, yeah, because now is not the time to melt, yeah. Care and all love is all important. Now is not the time to melt, which means now is not the time to die, yeah. You got to keep it up together, yeah. So to maintain the form, so we could be some of us are frozen, the kind like snowman, and some of us are a little uh molten, yeah. So we each have our own composition, kind of, yeah. Maintain the composition, and then we keep getting better. So we all have our different structures, yeah. Slowly, as we bring a balance between the um, cold and the hot, yeah, there comes a balance on being healthy, yeah. Some of us have cold based diseases, body composition. Some of us have warm based body composition, yeah. So vata pitta kapha, they say, yeah. So maintain your composition, and as we come to have a balance between frequency, energy, vibration, silence, stillness, nothing, we begin to start becoming more humane beings, where diseases abate and WHO-assisted diseases come down. Yeah, we're working. So I'm representing what it takes for us to have that. So our conscience, our math all comes together. So karma wheels, yeah. I call it karma, dharma, charma, marma. Yeah. So four comes together. So that we are not having cosmic causes for diseases, miasmic causes for diseases, rheumatic causes for diseases, or telluric causes for diseases. Yeah, little. Now, human being, like life's Mullen's principle, we have this idea of the human that we continue to keep inquiring into until we come to a point of, this doesn't really match, doesn't make sense. WHO's disease is there, we are here, we're calling ourselves humans. The human body hasn't really been studied, yeah? They've not really studied the human body, yeah? Okay, and that's when we look further into the matter, zoom in, and then this is there, because of the diet we're eating, and then, so there is more to what it means to be human. And I come up with, oh God, we got so much, yeah? So we got like 36 fundamental particles, yeah? And that would, in terms of macro particles, would be 36 kinds of people to form. It takes a village to grow a baby and a baby to grow a village. A human body is made from a village of people that we call a tribe, yeah? So a human experience of being a human being is not really arrived at until we've discovered our tribe. That's like saying hot people. So we consider Earth like Morula, and that there are like the idea of the continents, yeah, which means Pangea, and then there's this idea of moving into continents, yeah, and then there's this idea of countries, states, yeah, all there. But if you consider a body to be an organism, an organization, yeah, and that over time, just like a morula, there is determined places where the different cells have to go. Yeah. So similarly, we all have our own unique composition, body compositions, our own ideas, ways of thinking. So finding a tribe is like the cells in the morula that needs to become the heart, finding the cells in the morula, which is more, heart becoming cells. Yeah. Or liver becoming cells. And then or intestine becoming cells, yeah, etc. So different body parts have their own tribe. So they vibe together, yeah. Um, and I'm thinking at least 36 fundamental particles. So at least 36 people, 36 kinds of people to form your tribe, like heart or liver or lungs, yeah. Um, so as we find our tribe, so there's this idea of the karma wheel, my conscience, and then as we arrive at our own tribe, that's also like we have the 7 continents. That's like um, in Ayurveda they say a body is made of 7 dhatus. Yeah, 7 continents, 7 substances, substrates. That's like 7 continents from which to live a life. And then there's the eighth, which I find is water. Yeah. I find water is the eighth continent because it contains life, but we don't quite live in water. Yeah. But we emerge from water. So water gives us that is the unnamed um, substrate. Yeah. In Ayurveda. So 7 is mentioned. Eighth, water is the unnamed substrate. Yeah. And water is the elixir of life. Yeah. Um, So you could say the pale blue dot, Earth as a pale blue dot, or Krishna. Yeah. So there's this idea of a pale blue dot. So I'm thinking all of several dynamics of life has been for us to look at the matter of, oh, Earth, yeah, a human being, a continent, and then different dots, yeah, and then to make sense of it's like putting the puzzle pieces together, yeah, and then to make sense of we are still forming, yeah. And then now, as we figure things out, we come to learn what it means to be a human being, which is at least every person is a country, I find. So we have the idea of the 7 biblical mountains, yeah, where, so this is not quite in the order as it's been stated. So there is media, okay. So there's politics, there's rituals, religion, there is family, there is entertainment, media, yeah, there is business, there is ow, 2 more. Um, okay. We have, in a perfectly imperfect and perfectly perfect world, we have the option of pause and then read out, yeah. So we have family, religion, education, media, arts and entertainment, business and government. So family, religion, education, media, arts and entertainment, business, government. So that's like the 7 continents again. Yeah, the 7 dhatus. So 7 biblical mountains. If we are not familiar with each of these 7, then our growth, our relationship with what forms our economy, what forms the human system of human economy is incomplete. Our education is incomplete. And in our own homes, if we are uncomfortable with discussing these topics, in our own bodily composition, when there is a jangle between, any of these 7 ideas, 7 concepts, then, or if we don't know some of these concepts, yeah, then to that extent, our growth and development is not as complete as it needs to be. We have 7 continents. Yeah. Our containment of these 7 necessary facets of human system, human economy. Yeah. The society in which we live and function. And our knowledge, our education, our puzzle pieces is not quite, at least the basics of them are not quite there. Yeah. Now, having said that, um, there is also the idea of the country that needs to be part of our understanding of the human economy, where the idea of the country may not be listed as a necessary biblical mountain. Yeah. Why I say that is, we talk in terms of GDP and profitability. Yeah. So, um, so business, there is business as one of the 7 biblical mountains. Yeah. But if we don't see ourselves as a country, as an organization, as an organism, yeah, and we only see, oh, country on a continent, we don't quite see how each of us are responsible for our own life, our own country. And what does it take for our own country, our body and the life from having a body that's human? Maintaining the country well enough such that we are maintaining humanity across boundaries. Otherwise, there is my country, your country, and then there's this idea of taxes. We may have an issue with paying taxes because we don't see how, just like how we go to a shop, yeah, and when we purchase things, we give some money and purchase an object, purchase a thing, yeah, a product. Similarly, when we are paying taxes, we are in many ways investing in returns from the country, yeah, or the system that is the country geography, yeah. If we don't invest, we are not getting a certain benefit, which is naturally there every time we exchange money. That's like the karma cycle, yeah. So karma conscience, those who are paying taxes is getting some benefit, which those who are not paying taxes is not getting. For example, you could say, okay, this is morality, but it could be, oh, guilt or conscience or peace of mind, or how you interact with life, how you interact with the system, what you do, what you don't do, what you hide, what you are more openly able to talk about. You are living between veils and covers or not, depending on how much you're complete and happy with the idea of paying taxes or not. So Einstein, at least Einstein is ascribed this quote to, that taxes is one of those intellectual things, yeah, one of those things which our human intellect has had a difficulty grappling around, getting the head around, yeah. But if we look at taxes this way, and then we regard our own body and the life we have as a country, then paying taxes is how we invest in having our own country work. We go to a shop, we buy purchases, we buy goods. We also buy gifts, yeah, and then we exchange gifts with others, yeah. So humanity cross boundaries. So me doing well, you doing well too. Otherwise, there comes this tussle between my country, your country, yeah. So there's this idea of me versus you, and the balance not being fine, our conscience not being as zero as it needs to be. Like fine, balanced, and then Mark Twain is said to have said, good food, good friends, and a sleepy conscience. That's a good life. Yeah. That didn't make sense for me since quite some time until I started drawing my conscience. And when I find small corrections that needs to be made, and then things are all coming together, that's when your breath is more easier, and then your life is more sorted out. You can see things clearly. You can speak. I can appear on this video, that's picture perfect, because it's work in progress. But there's this freedom to there's this work to be done. It's easy to share, and so there have been many telepathic kind of questions. Why are you doing this? What are you getting from this? So there are these questions. So maybe this video will clarify some of that. Yeah. Now, the country. Yeah. When we are offering values from the produce from within the country, of our body, the life that we have. Then gross domestic produce, what we are producing from our body, also from our homes, the life we live, and then the value we exchange with others, with the system. Yeah, that's also how we are having a business, an economy, an ecological economics. Yeah, where our body is a village in and of itself. And then because it takes a set of complementary, life conducive set of physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology to have a body grow up healthily. Yeah. Otherwise, there could be a little, like this. Diseases could also be there, different kinds of noises we make. And so the health, wealth, wisdom of our life, which is also represented by the Shri Chakra, that there's a balance between things. Yeah. That gets affected when our village, yeah, that's our body. There is cells, tissues, organs, organ systems. It's several parts, several interrelated, intricate details coming together in an organism. Similarly, when we say our tribe, when we find people who vibe with us, so to speak, yeah, then our life is more functioning versus you working things alone, figuring things out by yourself. So our ease to be, our health, wealth, and wisdom, yeah, how much of a fine dance with life, how fine living we have, is also a consequence of how much we are interacting with several complementary partners. You could think of them as complementary opposites, but just like day and night, like we had this Sri Chakra, we have up and down and left and right, and we have so many aspects here. Yeah, and then I'm saying 36 circles. Yeah, so that's it. That's like to represent 36 people at least. Yeah, so I'm developing it so we can see how it looks like when the Sri Chakra is then represented over this 36. Yeah. And then which points connect with which points, and then what is the line, the points of contact. Yeah. So that's the idea of ICMG, um, um, enterprise architecture. I happened to attend one workshop. Yeah. And there I I captured one idea. Yeah. So from there, I'm kind of bouncing off of. So this idea of point of contact. So where are the points where we face certain difficulties can also be then traced once you have your schema of things. Yeah. Your management information system. But first you need to have a schema of things, a layout. And then you'll be able to identify, oh, this is the point where there is regular problems that you see. And then you'll be able to identify from there. And then zoom in, and then, what are the related points there? And so I am using the Endless Paper, the app called Endless Paper. So I'm thinking in terms of that. So it's like as you're developing, it's like almighty dotting sends you ideas or incentives by which to, okay, now work in progress. You have this work also. Yeah. So you have this opportunity, you have this app, try out how this works for you, kind of. So I got this idea of app of Endless Paper. And then, so when we say imagination, when you reimagine the world, you say yeah, it also comes from actually representing the world you live in pictures, in drawings, in artifacts you create, in the dishes you make, things you write. And then my background, you see all of that? Yeah. So all of this, you probably can't see here, but there is many things here and here. And so it's a memory palace. And then I also have this idea of the sun and the moon and Saturn and Jupiter and stars and galaxies and constellations. And I can give my meanings to them or my ideas to them or see them for what they are, because there are many people telling us ideas of, oh, what a star is. what a black hole is, yeah, what a galaxy is. So we got lots of points from which to hang my ideas. You say dream catcher? It's more like hang my ideas, kind of, until I can, examine that piece and then see, this piece is related with this, and then another constellation or another planet, no, or another construct, yeah, and then we share, and then like I told, that's also how this is forming, yeah. Connect dot, dash the dots and dot the dashes, yeah. So that's also how the elephant is seen, and that's how I came with this idea of Earth as a morula. So as we come up with our own conscience, yeah, our own um, shape of my body or my country, our own country, yeah, like body and the life we have as a country. And then we learn to manage our own countries from where we produce, make our produce, and then exchange, share with others. And when it is good enough that they deem it to be worth the value, then they give money. Then that's also the income for the country. That's like other countries, other people paying taxes to my country. And when I'm purchasing goods from them, I'm paying taxes to those countries. The other people. That's also how gross domestic produce, GDP, functions. So this tax, this thing called, people aren't paying taxes, not paying taxes, that may be from not seeing the idea of tax in perspective. I think Mr. Einstein saw this matter because he came up with the universal constant and cosmic constant, and probably where he's thinking from may not have been able to be as easily expressed as I am now in different stages of making available. Because what he was thinking about was from physics, yeah, from those points of view. And I'm thinking from biology. And from biology doesn't make sense when we see WHO list of diseases. So the context from which I'm thinking may not have been the context from which he was thinking, but he arrived at the cosmic constant. And from what I've read about him, he was inquiring on love. Part of his research was love, several romantic relationships. So he was also inquiring into love, is what I understand. And so his theories also formed from the biology as well as the physics, chemistry, mathematics. And so some of his findings, E is equal to mc square, yeah, cosmic constant, and theory of relativity, and where to think from, where to appreciate his matter from. There's also an interview between a conversation between Einstein and Mr. Einstein and Shri Rabindranath Tagore, where he's said to have been discussing in terms of the subject of the matter, and Einstein from the object of the matter. Yeah. So which is important? I'm finding subject and object both are important. Yeah. I would say it came to this from watching that interview or that article, and then thinking it can't be either or, it is and, yeah. And then it's about, so this may be a little bit of the difficulty we have, how to see both in perspective, yeah. The science and spirituality and this yin yang, and yeah, so this push and pull maybe coming from not being able to see both in perspective. That's like saying the light through the slit lamp exam, where light is photons are passing through in straight lines versus a wave. And I'm seeing both. Yeah. So we will be able to then appreciate things from a new perspective once this idea that there are no contradictions in life. What there is a lack of perspective. Yeah. Once we are able to see things in the right perspective, then reality makes more sense. And our own role in the whole scheme of things, our own job, where is our placement and how we are all related, makes more sense. And we have less concerns for health, wealth, wisdom challenges. So I'm developing that. Yeah. So hopefully, if you like to contribute, maybe we can make things faster. Maybe there's so I have my challenges. If you find your calling in any of these in any of what I've said here, then maybe that's like a call to action kind, yeah. And then we make things better, we work things together. And one of the things that I know I am right now challenged with is finding sufficient fund to pay my bills. Yeah. So managing my country. So I'm working on improving the financial situation better. So and then I'm making produce. Produce is happening. This to draw this, it doesn't take much resources. Just like 10 rupees a sheet. Yeah. But it takes time, effort, and energy to develop the products. So with available resources, best use of available resources, I'm making my produce. What are you producing in your country? You know, your body, your life. Yeah. And then do we have values to exchange by which we can make things better? Yeah. And right now, um, I am financially challenged right now. So I would charge a small fee, yeah, for making things better. Yeah. So unless you see another way by which to have our countries work, to let me know. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I will make more videos. So it becomes easier for us to breathe healthy and naturally, while there are things we haven't heard before being heard, for example, like this. Yeah. So we can all improve our container. So this idea of the continent. As we improve our container is when our body can be seen as a country. The 7 biblical mountains becomes easier for us to climb. You know, there's this idea of Sisyphus and his rock of the mountain. So there are 7 mountains now. Yeah. To get familiar with all the mountains, and then to see our body as a country. Yeah. Our body, our life as a country, our own individual country. And then to make produce from there. Yeah. So by which, and then find our tribes. Yeah. 36 kinds of people who then mostly vibe with us and to maintain the health, wealth, wisdom of our company. Yeah. Whose company do you keep? So Earth as a company, for-profit company. So Morula, so we becoming like Earth. And then when complementary particles come together, yeah, then life and limits in the multiverse, like Morula to people. I don't know how this actually looks up, but at least until we get a stabler idea of this, yeah, we get our humanity across boundaries together, get our system working, and then Mother Universe, Father Universe, they're looking after the baby, yeah, Earth, and then life shows up, grows in the way life grows, yeah. So universe is made in the image of a man. That's the idea that I have. So Earth will grow like a human being, yeah. I don't know what that. I mean, the idea that I have is of a morula, you know, the embryological development. So there's this morula, and then becoming the shape of a human being, yeah. So from mommy's womb. So we'll have to kind of stretch that idea and yeah, transpose that idea to see what would Earth look like. Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll find our tribe and then get our countries working. Yeah. Yeah. Our individual lives working, and then our geography, the country where we are. Okay. The continent that we are part of. Yeah. Country, continent. And then Earth that we are part of. We're all functioning together. So WHO system diseases is coming down. Health, wealth, wisdom all becomes better. Our consciences are clean, clear, water. We have salty water oceans to having freshwater oceans. That's when we know we have more signs of things are coming together. Yeah. Okay. I'm thinking there is somewhere some freshwater ocean. I've been talking about freshwater oceans in some time. Yeah. So your ideas don't just come out of nowhere. Yeah. So I'm thinking there's somewhere some freshwater ocean. And there's this idea of the what's in here? Otecology. Yeah. Where ocean currents, there's a certain buffer system, and then the water is then the ocean current is then used for then making things better. Yeah. So I'm thinking salt water becoming freshwater ocean. So life is working in, so at least I think one person is working on desalting the oceans, or there's some ideas about that. So um, as we see more freshwater oceans, yeah, then we know the Morula Earth is moving through different further stages of development. Now I'm come up with this, and I'm an organism on Earth. So clearly a sign that Morula of Earth is baby Earth growing up. Yeah, or like Morula Earth growing up. So thank you so much for your kind attention. I hope this has been of value to you. Um, Good day. So a video on healthy natural breathing and some anecdotes from my life, because what I'm saying may seem like, believe it or not, but maybe what I'm saying would be more relatable. Yeah, I'm hoping. Thank you so much for your interest. Good day.